So I've been scrolling through the Steam homepage recently, and some of the prices I've been seeing this week look absolutely insane. We're talking AAA games, indie gems, older cult classics, and all kinds of titles dropping way below what you'd expect. So I went ahead and picked out the best ones I could find, but made sure every single one of them is under $10. And these games are ones that are actually good, not just the usual shovelware that gets marked down every other week. I'm not going to waste too much time talking, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off with Quantum Break, currently at 80% off, which brings it down to $7.99. This is from Remedy, the people who made Control and Alan Wake. In the game, you're a guy who gets caught in a failed time travel experiment, and now time keeps breaking around you. You'll be running through environments while time suddenly freezes or skips or rewinds. Enemies get stuck midair. Debris hangs in place, and you can use your powers to move through frozen time, flank enemies, or trigger environmental explosions. So in combat, you can stop time, run around to flank everyone, unload your gun, and then watch everything snap back to normal as they all drop at once. It's weird and ambitious, and for $8, it's absolutely worth experiencing. Next, we have The Forgotten City at $6.24. This started as a Skyrim mod, believe it or not, and it got so popular that the creator made it into a full standalone game. You wake up in a small Roman underground city where everyone is bound by a strange rule. If one person commits a sin, everyone in the city dies, so you have to figure out what's going on. What you'll actually be doing is walking around this dense little city, talking to every citizen, learning their schedules and secrets and fears. Someone is going to sin eventually, and when they do, the day resets, and you start over with all the knowledge you gained. It's a time loop mystery where you're investigating and slowly piecing together how to break the loop permanently. Now into Vampyr at $4. This one didn't get as much attention as it probably deserved when it came out. You play a doctor who becomes a vampire during the Spanish flu epidemic in London. On day, you're a doctor treating the sick, but at night, you're a vampire feeding on people and hunting vampire hunters. Every NPC has a name, a job, a backstory, and connections to other characters. If you feed on them, they die permanently and the district suffers. More sick people show up, shops close, the whole area can collapse, but if you don't feed, you stay underleveled and the combat becomes a real struggle. It's moody and slow and full of difficult choices. For $4, that's a lot of game. Now, this is something completely different. Bum Simulator at $4.79. This is not a serious game. You play as a homeless person surviving on the streets. It's not trying to make a profound statement or anything like that. It's just absurd and kind of silly. You dig through trash, fight pigeons, spray graffiti, beg for change. The game has a certain janky quality to it, but that actually works in its favor. It doesn't pretend to be polished or serious. There's a story mode that's decently entertaining, but the main appeal is just messing around and seeing what happens. Hitman Absolution is at $1.99 right now. This one's a little different from the newer Hitman games. It's more story-driven and linear, less about big sandbox levels where you can mess around for hours. Some fans didn't love that change, but on its own terms, it's a solid stealth game. You play Agent 47 sneaking through hotels, cornfields, and libraries, taking out targets while avoiding guards. The disguise system is a bit weird in this one because everyone sees through your outfit way too fast, but the tension works and the levels have a lot of cool little moments. It's not the best Hitman game, but it's absolutely worth $2 if you like stealth or just want to see where the series was before the modern trilogy. By the way, if this video is helping you out, feel free to like and subscribe to support the channel. A good list takes time to make, and your support really means a lot. Next is Mafia Definitive Edition at around $6. This is a full remake of the 2002 classic, not just a touch-up. You play as Tommy Angelo, a cab driver who gets pulled into a crime family during the 1930s. What's good about this game is it doesn't try to be GTA all. The open world is there for the vibe, not for a bunch of side activities. No filler, no checklists, just a solid linear story about loyalty and betrayal. The driving feels heavy, the gunplay is punchy, and the voice acting is great. Some people say there's nothing to do outside the main missions, but that's the point. It's a narrative game first. At $6, you get a tight 15-hour campaign with no padding. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is more of an experience than a traditional game, and on Steam it's $7.49 right now. You play a Celtic warrior who's lost the love of her life, and she believes she has to travel to the Norse underworld to bring his soul back. What you'll actually be doing is walking through dark forests, swamps, and crumbling ruins while hearing voices constantly whispering in your ears. Some of the voices warn you, some mock you, some give you clues. The combat is one-on-one sword fights that feel heavy and deliberate. You'll also solve environmental puzzles by looking at the world from specific angles or aligning runes with the environment. But the main thing you're doing is just surviving the atmosphere. Valheim is a survival game with a Viking theme that blew up a couple years ago for good reason. Right now on Steam, it's $9.99. You're dropped into a procedurally generated world with basically nothing, and you have to gather resources, build a base, craft gear, and take down bosses to progress to the next area. What makes Valheim stand out is how well it balances everything. The building system is flexible and satisfying. The combat is simple but has weight to it, and the atmosphere is genuinely beautiful. You can play solo or with friends and both work fine. Some survival games feel like a second job, but Valheim respects your time. You can hop in for an hour and feel like you accomplished something. Next is Mudrunner at around $4. This game is not about going fast or blowing things up, but about the feeling of conquering impossible terrain. You're in a Soviet truck with a winch and all-wheel drive, and that's it. The mud is deep, the rivers are strong, the trees are there to winch yourself out when you screw up. And you will screw up, but then you bring another truck to pull you out, plot a different route, or you just inch forward until you're free. That moment when your wheels finally bite solid ground after 15 minutes of fighting through a swamp, that's the payoff. Ghostbusters Remastered is at $4.99 right now, and this discount is ending pretty soon, so you might want to grab it fast if you're interested. This is the one from 2009 that actually has the original cast voices, so it's basically the third movie we never got. You play as a new recruit running around New York with the classic proton pack, trapping ghosts and blasting everything in sight. The gameplay is solid, the writing is funny, and hearing the original actors together again just feels right. It's not a super long game or anything, maybe 8 to 10 hours, but for $5 it's a great time, especially if you grew up watching the movies. Now, Thief Simulator is at $1.99 right now. This game is exactly what it sounds like. You play as a thief breaking into houses, stealing stuff, and selling it for better gear, so you can break into harder, more secure houses. It's not a deep story-driven game, of course. It's just a straightforward loop that somehow works. You start small, like breaking into an abandoned cabin, and before you know it, you're casing rich neighborhoods, picking locks, disabling alarms, and hiding in closets when the homeowner comes back early. The graphics and physics aren't gonna blow you away, and it's got some jank here and there, but for $2, it's honestly a good time. You can play it casually or really lean into the planning, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. Now, this sale is probably the one with the best value in this list. It's Outward at $4.79. This is one of those games that doesn't care if you're having fun, and I mean that as a compliment. It's an open-world fantasy RPG with no hand-holding, no fast travel, and no quest markers telling you exactly where to go. You're not a chosen hero, and you have to figure things out on your own. You can get sick, you can get lost, you can fail quests because you took too long getting there. It's clunky and weird, and the combat takes some getting used to, but that's the whole point. Every journey feels like an actual journey because you have to prepare, pack food and water and bandages, and think about whether that cave is worth exploring or if you'll die and get dragged back to town with all your stuff missing. Recore right now is at $4, and it's one of those games that kinda came and went without a lot of people paying attention, which is a shame because it's actually pretty good. You play this woman named Jewel on a weird desert planet with robot companions called core bots, and you're basically running through dungeons, solving puzzles, and fighting robot enemies with a gun that feels surprisingly nice to use. The platforming is solid, the movement is fast, and switching between your robot buddies to use their different abilities keeps things interesting. It's not a masterpiece or anything, the story is a little mid, and some of the back and forth traveling gets old, but for $4, it's a steal. State of Decay 2 is one of those games that keeps pulling me back even when I think I'm done with it. You can grab it right now for $7.49. It's a zombie survival game, but not really about the zombies as much as it is about managing your community and trying not to lose your favorite character permanently because you got careless. Every survivor has their own skills and traits, and when they die, they're gone for good. No reloading a save, no bringing them back. That tension is what makes the game work. You'll be out scavenging for supplies, sneaking past a horde, and suddenly a freak zombie shows up, and everything goes wrong. Sunset Overdrive is one of those games that just wants you to have fun and doesn't overthink it. You can grab it for $4.99 right now. It's from Insomniac, the same studio that made Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank, and you can absolutely tell. The whole game is this colorful, chaotic mess where you're grinding on rails, bouncing off walls, and air dashing over crowds of mutant soda monsters. The real star is the movement. If you stop moving, you die. So the game constantly pushes you to stay in motion and pull off crazy combos. The humor is very 2010s edgy and might not land for everyone, but the gameplay holds up really well. Sable is one of those games you play when you just want to chill. You can grab it for $6.24. It has no combat, no pressure, no enemies, just a hover bike and a desert. You play as a young girl on a rite of passage across a vast desert planet, and the whole game is about going at your own pace and seeing what's over the next ridge. You talk to other nomads, help them with small tasks, solve puzzles, climb massive structures to collect masks, and just exist in this world. The art style looks exactly like a French comic, all clean lines and muted colors, and the music is really something special. No fall damage, no timers, just you and the desert. It's slow, but if you're in the right mood, it's incredibly relaxing. So, hopefully you found something worth picking up, and if not, I usually post this type of videos every other week, so make sure to subscribe if you want to stay updated for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.